Well, welcome. I think that my brain is very much off at the moment. So let's get centered. So let's see, it's 3:30. I ran a bunch of errands today because Thanksgiving's coming up, right? So as you can imagine, errands happened. Grocery store run for all the ingredients that I will need to make things for Thanksgiving. So that's exciting. And then my brother, I have many brothers, but one of them, he travels for work. And so sometimes he's in my neck of the woods and sometimes he's not. But normally he doesn't really know where he's going until the day before or the day of. So his job today took him like right to my backyard. So that was really great. And so he calls me and he's like, hey, don't you live off this exit? And I'm like, uh-huh. He's like, great, well, I'm in town, so bring me Zaxby's. That's paraphrasing. He's much nicer than that. But so I wound up picking up food for us and going and meeting him at the job site and just hanging out. I kidnapped my husband from his work and we all went and ate food together in the sunshine, and that was really nice. The weather is incredible. Yeah, so my brother works a blue collar type job, so we were in the sun just like perched out on the sidewalk eating Zaxby's. It was really nice. Anyhow, so after that happened, my husband and I grabbed a coffee, which I didn't film, but you know, you'll just have to trust me. We grabbed a coffee. We had a coffee, and then I, returned my husband to his cubicle, and then I went and did the grocery shopping. So that happened around 2 o'clock when I got home. Now it's 3:30. I've unloaded the groceries. I have run some laundry. I've run the dishwasher. I've vacuumed, did some basic cleanup, and now I'm trying to get settled into the writing desk and we will see what I get done. Last night, I wrote 1,000 words, which is great. I should have had more because of Saturday. I should have had more time. I was basically home, but I did sleep in a long time, and so that's partly why. It's like my brain just refuses to kick it into high gear, man. So I'm going to, well, no, that was Sunday. All the days are running together. I don't know. Like, I've been trying to keep track, and I like noticed the other day that like my days are wrong on a few things. Like, I've missed a day. 20, 21, 22. Like, I've missed the days. Like, I don't know what days I've written on and what days I haven't. So anyway, I'm pretty sure my days are wrong, but as long as I'm sort of keeping track, we're gonna try and get 5,000 words today, which is a feat. But we're gonna try it. I've considered going to a coffee shop, and like maybe that changes scenery will help me focus. But I also just got home and like I just don't know if that's what I want to do. So I'm thinking about it, and like maybe I go to the coffee shop tomorrow. Okay, so here's what I think I want. I think I'm gonna drink the tea that I have. I'm gonna go when the tea is done, I'll go to the coffee shop. I don't like being in public, okay? I'll go to the coffee shop, right, for however long, come back. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't know. I need to it's a beautiful day. I just need to not freak out. I need to not stay in the same place all day long, all the time. It's not healthy, and I do it a lot. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna try it. We'll see what happens. I really should. Like, my brain is telling me this is a good plan and I'll get more done if I do it, but part of me just doesn't want to. I like to hole up. I'm a little hermit crab and I love my shell. My shell is my favorite place to be. But like, I know. Okay, that's the plan. We're gonna drink this tea. I'm gonna charge my phone. I've been on my phone way too much. I was listening to a really interesting podcast just now, and that kind of like sucked me in a little bit. I wasted a little bit of time listening to this podcast. Okay, so we're gonna make sure everything is fully charged. Oh, I'm also supposed to get an Amazon package today, which I'm just like super hopeful that that's what's coming in the mail right now. We'll find out. I ordered some tea and some new pants that I didn't necessarily need. Okay, come along with me. Ooh, I do need to share. So I have a cart, and said cart is loaded up with mugs and just like random teas. So I've got several things, but I have a Taylor's mint tea and I have a Taylor's strawberry and vanilla, and we have them both in the same thing. No honey, no cream, just straight up herbal tea mix, right? It's delicious. It's really good. If that sounds really crazy, think like a strawberry cake chewing gum, or this sounds bad, but like or like a strawberry cough drop. I love a good strawberry cough drop. That's kind of what it tastes like where it's got kind of that minty back, but it's got that fruity sweet front that's just really nice. I don't know. I'm gonna go check my mail because I think the mail just ran and I really want my package. So see you in a bit. Okay, I have to show you. Look at my pant. Look at how cute these are. Amazon. They were like 22 bucks. Ah! These are a little wrinkled because they just came out of the package. Will I be ironing them? No. I'm offended you would ask. I don't iron. That's way too much work. Okay, that's the update. And we got a refill of some of the greatest tea on the planet. So, okay. Now I'm actually writing. Do you see why I get nothing done? Okay, I did change my mind about something. I'm not going to go to the coffee shop today. It's too late. I would only get like 30 minutes before I'd want to be home. We're not going to do that. We're going to solve the caffeine problem. I don't normally do energy drinks, but I did buy this, so I'm going to drink it. I don't love this flavor. I just like to try the limited edition ones. And like I've gone mostly zero, like I say mostly because here we are, but like mostly zero energy drinks just because they are so bad for you. One probably isn't gonna kill me, probably. So anyway, I'm gonna drink this and use that as the fuel to get me through the evening. But yeah, no, I genuinely don't prefer energy drinks these days, but they taste so good. They taste like candy. There are 2 energy drinks that will go down in history. I drank a whole lot more energy drinks in college, and if I can find an image, I'll try and put one up. But my favorite ever Red Bull was the cranberry pomegranate winter edition. That was the best one, bar none. Perfect, no notes. It was so good. That one was the best. This one tastes like Lysol. Like I don't love it. It doesn't taste very good. There's enough apple in there that's fine, but it tastes like cleaner. The best Monster I've ever had was called the Monster Mule, and it was ginger. It was like a ginger beer, but it was Monster. I drank far too many of those in my college days. So anyway, we're gonna try and get out to the coffee shop tomorrow morning. Let's shoot for an earlier call time on that. We're just not gonna make it today. That's fine. We're gonna keep chugging along at this draft. I'm gonna try not to waste any more time. Anyway, that's where we're at. Okay, let's get back to it. Well, the time change. Look at my pants. Well, hello. It's bedtime now. I could stay up later and write another 1,000 maybe, but I'm tired, and I also feel like I have good momentum going into tomorrow, and so I don't want to like fully exhaust myself tonight and then like have a hard time getting into it tomorrow. So I'm stopping in a kind of in the middle of good flow, hopefully pick up that flow tomorrow. I think that I'm doing some expositions, just like it's just a really difficult chapter. It's a difficult scene because I'm delivering a lot of really important information to the plot, and I'm like asking myself, how could I make this interesting? And I found a sticky note on my desk. I can't remember who said it. It might have been Robin Hobb, but I feel like that's wrong. But a sticky note in my desk, and it written on it, nothing else, just if you need to make something interesting, put someone in the bathtub. So I don't know, considering that as I'm going into probably do a pass on the chapter that I just wrote, this difficult one, tomorrow. And I'm gonna see how I can spice it up, make it more interesting, make it more engaging instead of just like these characters talking. I mean, it is the first time that the 5 of these characters are in a room together. So it's kind of a big thing. So I don't know how I'm gonna judge that up, but I need to. So anyway, who knows? Maybe someone ends up in a bathtub. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, instead of writing anymore, I'm going to read. I'm gonna read and then go to bed. Good morning. We're getting ready to go to the coffee shop. This is a terrible angle, but I don't really care. I was only there for about an hour because my husband's coming home for lunch and I want to be there. But also, I didn't film very much in there because it was kind of busy. Like, there's just people everywhere and I'm not like, I just don't have the confidence to just like whip out my camera and film myself. In public. It was nice. I mean, I kind of liked the change in scenery. I was looking at my calendar and I'm like, I only have like 3 days. I've got to do so much. I've got 25,000 words written and there's so many more. Like, I've got 25,000 written. I need to write 25,000 more and I need to do it in half the time. Little session. I don't know how many words I got. I didn't really count. It wasn't very many. I changed a couple paragraphs that I had written last night to a different POV. So I was just like reworking. So it wasn't like, I was kind of replacing words instead of adding. It's more what happened. Can we have a moment for the outfit? Look at how cute! I think this might actually be my outfit for Thanksgiving, honestly. Anyway, now that I'm home, I've written for an hour today. I'm gonna do a little bit of house chores and then try to prepare for the holiday. It's cold in my house, so I'm gonna fix that. Okay, I have so much to do. I think right now I'm going to try and write a couple hundred words just to get a jump on it. I was up late and I wrote 2,000 words yesterday, so that's cool. But that means that I'm sleepy. So as you can imagine, I'm exhausted, but I'm actually just needing coffee. Like, I'll be fine after I drink this coffee. But then it's cold in my house. It's so cold in my house. Anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna write a little bit. Let me give you the task list. So the task list is to pack, make the cream onions, clean the kitchen, clean the floors, take out the trash, leave the house. In that order. Thereabouts, in that order. Somewhere around there, I'm packing the cooler, probably right before we leave. But okay, has anyone else made cream onions before? The only thing I look up is how long to boil these things because I can't ever remember. But they're delicious. And I make my own roux and cream sauce with it. So don't ask me for a recipe, not that you would, but like, I don't know. I just kind of go with it. I'm going to add rosemary and thyme to it, and it's gonna be a little bit garlicky. So garlic, onion, some herbs, cream sauce, sweet onion. It's delicious. So anyway, definitely an acquired taste, I guess, if you you know, some people just really hate those things. That's what I'm making. That's my contribution to Thanksgiving. My husband has made jalapeno cream corn, which is delicious and spicy. He's made a pumpkin cheesecake, and those are our contributions to the Thanksgiving feast. I am so excited. My dad is smoking a turkey. Oh my God. If you saw the backyard that it was smoked in, it looks like jury rigged. It looks redneck jury rigged, but it's not. It's the most delicious turkey you've ever had in your life. So I'm gonna stop yapping, and then when I get home, it'll be time to put away the pumpkins. It'll be officially Christmas. It'll be officially the Christmas season, and officially time for me to break out the forest of trees that I've been hoarding for years. So let's get in the spirit. I've never vlogged a holiday before. I have 5 days. I need to write 4,156 words for the next 5 days. And then I meet my goal. So let's put that in. Let's set the goal for 4,000 words today. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Why do I wake up late? Light work. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I've been told that procrastinators are able to procrastinate because they can somehow cram things in when they're down to the wire. I don't think that's true. I've never really tested it. Can't say for sure.
Is that like ruined?
Oh, that's a video. holiday. We're back. Tomorrow the rat race begins again. I'm okay, I'm ready for it. That's a lie. But we're gonna tell ourselves that we're ready for it, because if we don't, it's gonna be a little bit more miserable than it needs to be, right? So here's what went down over the holiday. Pretty much nothing. I wrote once. I don't even know how many words. I haven't quite calculated them yet, but I don't know how many words I wrote, essentially. I know I wrote something. And then I don't know what happened after that. I am impressed that I was able to even pull it out the one day that I did. But like, things are pretty intense at my house, or my family's house, when Thanksgiving is afoot, or any holiday, just because there are many of us and there's always something happening. So there's not a lot of downtime, and that's fine. It's just the way it is. And I was, you know, in that situation where it's like, you want to spend time with your family and you want to be present, which is part of the reason why, like, November is like the worst month to have a challenge, is because it's like November and December are arguably the biggest, most difficult months of the year, just in terms of like busyness. So I'm kind of impressed that anything happened, really. But yeah, we're about to log on and see what actually happened during the 4 days that I was away. And let's see how many words I wrote in the last week of November. I almost broke 30K, which is pretty cool. So wrote almost 30K in the month of November. I think I can break 30K tonight. I will say that that was what I wrote, which is insane. That's a lot of words. That's a lot. But I will say that, okay, it's not 50, but I can get 50 before the end of the year. I can reach that goal before the end of the year. And I'm okay with that. I made my peace with that. That kind of happened over the weekend, where I was like, that's what my situation is gonna be. I'm gonna have to be okay with that and flexible with it, because, you know, it's just the way things shook out. And that's a lot of people. So this is a hard challenge. This is a hard challenge. And I think I underestimated the difficulty level. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, where it's like, I'm pretty sure like this is a difficult thing to do. I think the only way it would be easy, or like not that difficult to pull off, like logistically, is if you did this for a living. Is the only way I really see it happening for someone, like just super easily, because it's not, writing a book isn't easy, and writing 50,000 words in 30 days, also not easy. So if that was like a dissertation, if that was anything, it's not easy to cram that many words into a small chunk of time. So especially because this was not a first draft. I think first drafts might be simpler to do, because probably you're not going through with a first draft and like tweaking things as much. I think the fact that this is a second draft and I'm tweaking a lot, I think that added time to the ratio of words versus hours spent. But I will tell you that I'm looking at where normally I'd be at 73 pages. So first draft, this is around page 73. Second draft, it's around page 79 that I'm at. It's still 15 chapters in, but like I'm adding quite a bit of information, quite a bit of bulk. I think the most that I've added is dialogue, and that has gone a long way. Dialogue is difficult to write, especially when I'm trying to communicate like plot ideas and things that are happening and things that are important. Like, this is important for the reader to know, and it moves the plot and all that. And that's like hard to write, and then making it sound quasi-natural, and like filtering it through a character and their perspective and their thoughts and feelings. And so, you know, I have a conversation with like 4 different characters going at the same time, and that was a slog. That took like 2 days to get through that scene, just because it was hard to write. And I was constantly looking back at what I'd written previously, and looking back at my notes and like, what did I think about this line? Like, why was this? I said that this line was kind of awkward. That was kind of all that I said about it. Okay, cool. So like, what did I mean by it? And so like, maybe I could have helped myself out a little bit more in the back half of that, just like being a little bit more clear about what I thought about things. But like, I don't know how you do that different with like, when you need hindsight, when you need to kind of just workshop a scene. But anyhow, I think also this was like kind of a lot, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is not a final draft. Like, this is a lot, but it's not even a final draft. Like, there's gonna be more that happens to make this work. And it's so interesting to go through AuthorTube and like watch people in different stages of the writing process, and like how some people are like, you know, going line level and like debating everything and like, you know, questioning, like spending minutes and hours on like entire paragraphs, and that's just like not where I'm at. And that's like, that sounds like a lot of fun, but it's also just like not where this draft is at, and it's not what it needs right now. And there are a lot of things that are appropriate for where I'm at right now, but like just going through it like that is not where I'm at. Oh, anyway, so in summer, I'm tired, and I'm sure everyone is tired after Thanksgiving. I am disappointed, yes. Not exactly surprised that I didn't finish Nano. In fact, I'm not really surprised at all, but I think it helps me adjust. I can kind of slow down a little bit and lock into these next 20,000 words for the end of December. And then honestly, depending on how I'm feeling around January, like I think it's completely fair to take January really slow. I'm hoping that we get some weather days and get snowed in and get to spend some time just not worrying about work and have some slow winter days. I think that would be really, really fun. And I'm looking forward to those times. I'm looking forward to it. And my birthday is in February. And I think what I want for my birthday is a week, no work, just being snowed into my house and getting to take some slow winter days and really slow down with this manuscript, because it's been full steam ahead. Like, I've been cranking out so much at a high volume, and like plenty of authors, plenty of people that write will tell you, girl, you haven't been doing that much. But for me, in my lifetime of writing, this is the most I've ever done in my whole life, and it is a lot. I mean, it's just a lot for me and my experience. And so I think that I'm looking forward to slowing down and just not taking myself so seriously for a little bit and enjoying the process of it being like this hobby passion project. I feel like I've been pretending that this is my job full-time for going on 6 months now, and it's not. I have a full-time job, and that takes full-time energy. So pretending like I have two for 6 months has really taken it out of me. I think I will be kind to myself coming into the new year and just actually slow down instead of speed up, and see what kind of progress, see what kind of season of writing that takes me into. What do I learn when I slow down, and what does that look like realistically? How do I maintain progress while also not, you know, jumping at the bit every time a spare hour presents itself? Because that's been the case for 6 months. It's like every spare minute I've been sitting down to write. So I wonder, you know, I'll do more reading probably, because I've done less reading, of significantly less hours reading. I've still read at least a book every month, but significantly less. And I would like to get back into finishing a few of the books that I've picked up and started and just kind of been slowly working my way through. So this is a 15-minute long yap session about what's happened to me, kind of where we're at, and I'm curious to see where we are in the nanosphere. Let's not call it that. Where are we in terms of nano at the moment? And then I'm ready to set a new goal for December. I'm excited. I think that's only going to end up being 1,000 words. Oh my gosh, that was almost 2,000 words. Girl, see, I'm so annoyed at myself, but I wrote a huge chunk of words on Wednesday. Wow. Or was that Friday? No, that was Thursday. On Thanksgiving Day, I wrote a huge chunk of words. On Thanksgiving Day, I wrote 1,917 words. That's crazy. Let's see how many I can crank out. I think my goal for tonight, it's 7 o'clock. I would like to hit 30K at least. I want to break 30K, and then my new goal for December will be to reach that 50K mark of draft 2 before the end of the year. I will get 20,000 words. It looks like I would need to write 20,376 words today if I wanted to. And I can tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen. So anyhow, this pretty much wraps up NaNoWriMo. I cannot believe it's over. That's so wild. I feel like I've been on this journey with so many people and yet nobody all at the same time. That's so weird to say, but like, I still feel pretty anonymous because I am, but also like, I feel like I'm a part of a group of people that do this every day. Like, I'm one of the numbers, if that makes sense. It's been wild. So I hope everyone else is writing November that you met your goals, or if you didn't, you came pretty close, or at least stretched yourself out beyond where you thought you'd get. Since July, I have pushed myself beyond where I've ever been, and I think that's a win enough for me, especially if I hit 50K by December 31st in draft 2. You know, that takes me pretty far. And I'm even looking at, you know, just since I've been keeping track on the days that I actually wrote during November, most of the time I was hitting over 1,000 words. Most of the time, like, I either wrote 500 and under, or I wrote 1,300, 1,500, 2,000. Like, I hit some massive word count in a week. I'll have to crunch some numbers tomorrow when I get home from work and just like analyze my own stats and see kind of where my headspace was. I did a lot in November. I wrote a lot. There was 2 days in the thick of it where I didn't write. Again, I'm getting carried away with my stats. It's so interesting. Let me know how y'all did on your stuff. I'll do a full-on recap tomorrow when my brain is functioning more and I'm gonna write some words. But this has been, all in all, a good experience. I'm happy with it. I gotta look at things just outside of just November and look at the past 6 months and like really take that into account. And honestly, more than the past 6 months, I think I've just been documenting better since July. But like even before then, like how much I've been working on this. So anyway, that's it. That'll end the vlog here. See you guys in the next one.